Alright, you lot, Capo John here, and today we're looking at Transformers Age of the Primes Voyager class Red Alert. Here he is in his alt mode. As you can see, it looks nice, and most certainly more dynamic than my viewer retention rate. Comes with the sheep instructions, which is right here, and there's a little paper thing. The rest of his accessories pretty self-contained in the figure. So yeah. In alt mode, one thing I can do is flip out this section. This will become one of his accessories in bot mode. You don't necessarily need to remove it, but it will. Now, he also comes with a missile bit, but that's underneath the little alt mode, van mode itself, so yeah. But pretty cool. He rolls pretty well. They've faithfully kept up the Armada style engineering, almost Armada aesthetics. Yeah, kept up with it pretty well. Now, of course, I'm sure that if figures come out, you can attach them here or here. So, yeah. The back is definitely improved from the original toy. It definitely is. So, that's a plus. The wheels aren't painted, but hey, I'll take it. You know, the front is definitely painted well. So, yeah. Really nice looking figure. Transformation for him. Right, you want to start back here. Undo these sections right here. You want to undo the back first. Undo that. Bring the legs down. And bring the waist down. And right here is the missile bit I was talking about. We can remove that for now. Flip out the legs. Flip out the feet. Well, it's more like flip out the bottom shin. Flip out the heel spur, which I'll admit isn't always easy to do, which is kind of funny since that kind of should be easier done. Should be easier to do than that. Flip out the bottom part of the shin, flip out the foot, and flip out the heel spur. There you go. That's the legs all done, and this is the girl walk mode if you so want that. Hooray! Take the doors, open them up. Pretty much you're splitting the arms. Yeah, the arms actually do tab together. Slots here, and they tab together. Right. Flip this section down. Right. We can take these. You really want to begin folding the arms out right now. Right. Kind of rotate these round. Bring them down. Put these up. Now, it's worth noting that in the box, he is going to come with his biceps turned inwards and his hands turned like this. You don't even need to turn the hands for transformation at all. You don't need to. Well, he doesn't have hands. But if you want the arms to be orientated correctly, make sure to turn them so that the elbows facing forwards and the hands facing forwards too. Just, yeah. Flip this down. There's actually a tab here and a slot here. Right. You might want to flip up the windscreen just a little bit so that you can get your nail under here and flip up this section. Flip out the head. Flip this part in and flip that into place. The windscreen can now rest down here. And this is it. Now, if you want to, you can take the missile part and attach it here. On the original, you could not do that, but you can do that if you want to do that now. But what you're meant to do is come round to the calves and remove one of these. You've got two different attachments right here. Sometimes they can be easier to get to than others. There we go. I need my nail for those. So you can display him with this one, or they can be a little bit more difficult to remove than you think, or this one. So, yeah. And that's really it. We can also take this. Now, there's also a second hinge here, which is more so for the bot mode, I'd imagine. Flip that up. And we can also now attach this little section to the alt mode. Could have done an alt mode too, like that. But you can't just flip it back in alt mode, otherwise the missiles would get in the way. Or, another thing we could do now is remove this section. Hopefully flip that back would be the better thing to do. And now the figure can hold that in his hand. And there you go. Really nice. Display options are nice. Articulation in this mode is that the head on my figure is pretty tight, but it can turn at 360. Can look up pretty far. Down is not that much. Shoulders can turn 360. They go in and out. They can't turn all the way up because of the way they're designed, but you know, they can go straight outwards. Biceps turn 360. You've got double elbows here, which can bend all the way because of transformation. Now, this section above is not so tight. It's these bottom sections that are actually tight. And his hand on this arm can turn. This can turn if you want that to happen, depending on how you need to display it. Also, I'm not sure how to display this, whether I need to display the missile bit like this, or I need to just, I don't know. I don't know if on the original that was optional or not. I don't know. The waist, if you get this part out of the way, can turn 360. But if you've got that down and tabbed into place, it don't turn very far. So that's worth noting. Hips can go outwards pretty far, forwards pretty well, and if you bring this section up, it can go all the way back. Thigh swivel can turn 360, and the knee, not the lower calf section, but the knee figure. Now, you can also rotate these sections to get them out the way if you need them to, which is pretty nice. But they bend 90 degrees if you move stuff out the way. Also comes in handy during transformation later on, kind of. And the ankles turn inwards, that far, and can go forwards and backwards pretty well. He's really well articulated. Very well. Yeah. He's also got ports here, so we've got more accessories. You can attach them up there, or even here if you so need to. Yeah. He's one of the best figures, one of the best in a while. So, yeah. Right, so we can remove this and just... Now, I can just keep that on, so I can display him in alt mode with that, so I guess we'll do that. Bring that up, and would you put this in? Is it also going to come with this separated out of the box, as well as these separate? That's the way he's going to come. So you can attach that here, and we'll keep that up for now. But what we will need to do is remove these sections for transformation. And there is, when you put these back in, there is a preference for which side goes where. This one can go here. Like, it's a little bit more difficult getting them in, but you can get them in like this. This one, though, when you put this one in, make sure the curve section right here, there's actually a slight curve up here. Make sure that's facing outwards when you're putting it in, otherwise it won't quite fit very well. Oh. And I'll just go ahead and flip in the heel spur and flip back the feet, or no, flip up the feet. Go. And turn the biceps inwards, bring them up, and there's a tab and a slot there. That's where that's going to go. Exact same thing on the other. Go. And at this point, we can flip up the windscreen and take this section here, flip that up, flip this panel up, flip in the head into the chest, and close this section up to place. There we go. And flip this entire section up. It's actually on a double hinge. So, yeah. But you do want to make sure that the windscreen is lined up to the bonnet section. You want to make sure that's happening. Twist these round. Bend the elbows all the way. Pretty necessary for this transformation. The lower parts are the tightest part on this guy, besides the head. The head is the tightest, but these are the second tightest. Bring them back and attach these together via these tabs and slots. Also want to make sure that the sides are lined up with the alt mode as well. Go, make sure those are tabbed together. Make sure those are lined up pretty well. I can also make sure. Now, you can either use the second hinge to extend the cannon all the way out in alt mode, or you can just use the first hinge, to you really. Take the lower part of the calf, flip that up. Make sure to bring the legs forward to get them out of the way. Bring the waist back. Oh, flip out this section at the back. Definitely important. You might want to turn these a little bit, because what you're going to want to do is get this tab behind this slot. Get it behind up there is what you want to do. You want to focus getting that attached up here first, before attaching this section to the back. It's kind of what you want to do. There's also tabs up there that go into the thighs, but that's not what you'll be focusing on at all. At least that's not what I'm doing. Make sure that tab gets in there first, and then make sure that these tabs get into place like this, lining up pretty well. Do the exact same thing with the other. What I find myself doing comes in handy during transformation. There we go, make sure. And I just find that he auto-aligns pretty much. At least on my copy, that's what he does. And if you want to have an attack mode, this is what you've got. Or remove this, if you want that happening. And then flip that back. There's something really cool about that. Like if it were an ambulance, and given to road rage, I'm at traffic. Oh, that would be pretty nice. Well, not nice, actually, but it would be something for a plot. Anyway, yeah. And I guess I just want to display him with the attack mode, so I guess I'll just bring that up with the missile, put that in, pretty much, at least for the end of the review. And that is it, as Transformers Age of the Prime Voyager class Red Alert. But I think it's a figure. Nice figure, really nice figure. Any problems with him? I suppose that this section can be a little bit tricky. But otherwise, some parts are tight, but then again, you'd rather have things tighter than loose. So, yeah. He's a really nice figure. Really nice figure. Best we've had in a while. Hope you liked this video, and have a great time. And as always, see you later.